everyone, and welcome to the Music is Our Hero podcast, hosted by Grammy Award winner Drea Young. This is the spot where we celebrate creativity, share stories, and lift each other up in the arts. Each episode will dive into conversations that inspire, empower, and spark new ideas, because art isn't just about what we make, it's about the community we build together. So grab a seat, get comfy, and let's grow in creativity side by side. The Music is Our Hero podcast, where creativity, community, and inspiration come to life.
All right, here I am in your face today at Cosmic Cafe in Philadelphia with this amazing bartender, Michelle, who I actually am going to talk to today. We have something special. Michelle, actually, you're a musician too, right?
Yeah, I'm a musician and a theater artist and an educator.
Look at that. A typical bartender doing 5,000 things in the arts. So we love that. But we think she had this idea, to do a podcast on bar etiquette and things that people need to learn about going to the bar. So we don't necessarily have to start right off with that. I don't know if you want to talk about anything about yourself or if you want to just get into it, or if I should grab a drink.
Yes, I think you should grab a drink.
Should I grab a drink? All right, so
what's your drink?
So let's see. You got cider? You got a cider on tap, right?
We have cider on tap. We have Krabby Granny and Peach today from Braycon Cidery.
Okay, so what's the deal with those? One of them, are they dry?
Krabby Granny is like 10% alcohol. It's very rustic. And Peach is not so dry and also flavored with peaches. Here, try the Krabby Granny.
That's good. So this is sweet one or dry one?
That's the dry one.
It tastes dry and sweet.
It is kind of dry and sweet, but if you want, we can half and half it with some peach.
Yeah, let's do that.
To
Let's
mellow it out.
Let's do a half and half
Right.
cider.
Half and half cider.
Half and half cider. What's amazing is Michelle also made all these little cards for me, so we got some things to talk about.
We do have things to talk about.
Oh, and I'm gonna put it up here so I don't accidentally destroy the whole podcast. And then, how much is it?
Oh, it's on the house.
On the house. That is too kind. That is too kind. You know what? Still take this.
Oh my gosh, are you going to tip me?
I am going to tip you.
You know what?
Yeah,
you are one of the best customers around.
No.
People
Why?
like you are the best because they don't always understand. When you get a comp drink from a bartender, should you tip them?
Right.
Always.
Right.
Because this is how we make our living.
Right.
We aren't paid scads amount of money underneath.
What is it? A whole in Philadelphia, it might be a whole whopping $2
$2 an hour.
$2 an hour
like
if you're on the
that.
books. If you're on the
Right.
books, even.
Right. So this
Some
is
people
how we
are
make
illegal.
our living.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So even if you're like with somebody, or no matter what, if you get a drink, you might not have a lot of money, and that might be why you're getting the drink, but I sure hope you have at least $1. Just $1 will even do. All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's going to be delicious.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
I can't let you drink alone.
that 5 covered your tip, too.
Thank you. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
tipping myself.
Yeah, so, all right. How long have you been bartending?
I've been bartending. Well, here at Cosmic Cafe, I'm in my 4th season, but I've been doing it, off and on my whole adult life, I'd say. But after, in my mid-30s, I said I swore off service industry work so I could concentrate mostly on theater.
Right.
Which I did for a long time. But then, through life changes and things that happen, I realized about 5 years ago, I had to rethink my whole trajectory, and this job opened up, and I just love it.
It's so cute
love it here.
It is so cute. You don't even feel like you're in Philly. It's really strange.
It's an oasis.
Yeah.
And I'm in my little, hut, my fiefdom. I can rule the world here without a lot of oversight. Oops, there's my boss. And I just like interacting with the folks, and the drinks. Everything is from Pennsylvania. So
I love
it's
that.
really so cool. And I started booking the music here on the weekends.
Oh, even more fun.
And playing music myself. And so how fabulous is all that?
Yeah.
How
yeah,
could I
you can't
ever
beat
give that up? Right.
Yeah, and it's funny because if anybody's interested in bartending, I highly recommend getting into it and learning, only because it is something to always fall back on. Like Michelle just said, in her 30s, I'm going to be out. I did that too. I was like, I'm out, and guess who's bartending every other week again? Me. So it's something. If you need some extra cash, it's quick, and as long as you can deal with the people, you're going to be okay.
Right. And you know what's great about this place? We close when the sun goes down.
So that's fantastic.
So I'm not,
that's a
I'm not
bartender's
dealing
dream.
with all these drunks
That's a
at 2
bartender's
a.m.
dream. Yeah, yeah. I know. I have to do that a lot as a DJ. Ugh. But it's all right. You got to get paid somehow.
Right.
And so you also are in the theaters. So what do you do in all that world?
Well, for many years, I ran a theater and a theater company with my husband. First, we were in Northern Liberties, and we were all over Philadelphia. And then we opened a theater in Fishtown called the Walking Fish Theater for about 8 years.
Oh, cool.
And we did all kinds of original work and literary adaptations and burlesque and stand-up comedy and improv and education. And so I did a lot of theater at that time. And then our theater closed in like 2016 because it's really hard to make a living at theater.
That's a whole nother
really hard.
like thing, is that with events and people think like, I don't know what people think sometimes, because they're not in the field,
Right.
and how much goes into it, how much it all costs. If you have an event space, taxes, rent, all the nonsense, and
insurance.
And it's not easy, I feel like, in Pennsylvania or Philly,
No.
from what I've heard from a lot of business owners.
No, and it's constantly fundraising. I mean, originally we opened it so we'd have a space to do our own work, but little did we know we had to spend so much time content making to make things happen in the space that I had little time to create and fundraising and marketing, and I'm not complaining. I mean, it was such a great, it was such a great experience.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arts, and I guess you're passionate about it, right?
Well, I love theater. I believe theater can change the world. And so, after, during the pandemic, I had a lot of loss, and I had to reconfigure where to put my energy. So over the pandemic, when it struck in March, whatever that was, I lost 80% of my work overnight as an actor.
Right.
And then I was going through a really difficult time with my husband when he was alive. And then he died, and in a very tragic and traumatic way.
Yeah.
And so, through all of that, the morass of finances and emotional work and family and grief, I kind of lost my drive for theater.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't giving me what I needed. And that's when I got back into music, which I realize is so connected deeply to my emotional life, and in a visceral way, that this is where I find myself now, like doing music mostly.
Yeah.
So it kind of switched over, because years ago, before we even got married, we did, with my husband, Stan Haliva, we did theater and music. And when our daughter was coming around to be born, we realized we couldn't do it both, because, as we said, you don't make money doing this art stuff.
It takes up a lot of time.
Right.
That's what I'm
takes
saying.
up
It has to be a
so
passion.
much time.
It has to be something that you literally, because otherwise, don't do it.
No, don't do it. Exactly.
Unless you have tons of money, which we know there's plenty of people out there
Put a
that
gun
have...
to your head and then do it. And if you're still going to do it, then you're doing it.
Yeah.
But, I knew, with the baby coming, I couldn't do it all, because I'd have to spend time being a mother.
Right. That's why I don't have any kids.
So we had to
one
make...
of the reasons.
Yeah, I
One
get
of the
it.
reasons.
I totally get it. Who knew that was going to happen? I was like, oh, maybe I should be a mother.
Yeah. Great idea.
So we had to make a Sophie's choice with it, theater or music, and we chose theater.
Yeah. I think you might have a podcast.
Oh, I have a customer.
Yeah.
Hi. Well, we have a hazy pale ale from Love City. you go. It's $8. Just using that machine there.
Mac machine. It's a Mac machine?
No, that machine.
Oh, I thought you said Mac. I was like, oh.
I don't know what kind
I
of
don't
machine
think
it
they
is.
call them that anymore. I don't know why they changed the name.
I don't.
I don't know.
Thank you. Cheers.
Ding. All right. So, yeah. So that's,
So yes, I'm a musician too.
yeah. And theater, but musician. And, you know, what you're talking about is kind of where my concept for Music is Our Hero started, is because, you know, listening to your story, at the end of the day, it's music that you feel the most. And that's what that whole thing is about. So, anyways, Cosmic Cafe is super cute. If you're in the Philly area, make sure to. So, this is seasonal, though.
Yeah. So it's at the beginning of October. We'll be here, and the music happens till the end of October.
Okay.
So we have open mic
So,
on
if it's
Fridays.
still warm in November, will you be open?
No.
No, you just call it
No.
quits. Even during global
I don't.
climate change, whatever it's
Climate crisis. I don't call it quits, but that's what my boss does. So.
Ow. Boss, don't
She
you want
wants-
money?
She wants to go on vacation. Why
Oh.
shouldn't she?
Oh, how long? Months?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
must be
seasonal
nice,
job. So
as we are over here.
right. I'm struggling.
Let's just.
It's
Anyways.
okay. I have
No,
other work.
Well, it's a cute place, so she's
It
doing
is
it.
cute.
She's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job.
All right, so I have these cards from you.
Yes.
Um,
So I
the
had this
title
idea.
of the game.
Yes,
is that,
go ahead.
So that's where it starts. What are you gonna say?
I had this idea that, you know, being in the service industry, not everyone has had the privilege of doing that work in their history. And some people
Right.
might not know what it entails and like how we make our money.
Yeah.
We don't really make an exorbitant amount of money, you know, payroll wise. We
People
make.
always think that bartenders do, though, right?
I
Don't they-
think they
don't
think
they
that
think-
because.
They think musicians. They think we're all making
Oh,
money.
and musicians. Oh, don't
They
even get
think
me
that you have a show
started.
that- well, I'm saying like I just feel like people just think that people are making money. Bartenders are making all this money. We're making all this money.
Well,
but
here's the other
literally
thing
we're
they
not
might
making
think.
any.
Oh, they're doing it for passion. They don't need money. You can't put a price tag on passion.
Right. Okay. Knock it off.
Knock it off, guys. Anyway, this is an opportunity to share some of my insight and wisdom with the general public about bartending etiquette and being a good customer at a bar.
Yeah.
Being a good bar customer.
Yeah. Is there anything about the job itself before I dive into these cards, like at all, or do you want to just?
You mean what I like
I don't
about
know.
it?
I don't know if there's anything to teach people more, or is there not? Are we just trying to teach them how to tip?
I think
I mean, some people tip. It's not like
some
they do.
people are great tippers.
Some people over tip, which makes up for the under tippers.
That is so true. I've noticed that when I get a lot of under tippers.
But it's
or
never.
no
But the
tippers.
problem is, it's never. It's like you have that really good week, and
Mm-hmm.
you're like, yes, and then you have that really bad week, and you're like, and now you're just even.
Yeah, you're
Well,
always even,
You're always
right?
just, and that's why it keeps pulling you back. It's like a drug. Bartending is like
It
a
is.
drug.
Ding, dopamine.
Yeah, no, it's like right when you're like, you know what, I'm done with this. You like it, then it's like, oh, well, that was easy. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, but I do like it here. So
Yeah.
this
No,
is
well,
a
this is a
special
cute-
place.
this is special.
Because it's
I'm
outdoors. Look, it's open and
yeah,
four
it's the
sides.
river and
Right,
everything.
river
Yo, it's beautiful here. You're very fortunate with
I
this one. I'm
am.
talking about other bar
in
gigs.
dark, dingy bars.
You
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm talking
can't do
about.
that anymore.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
that.
done.
No.
That was like during the pandemic. I had to bartend up in Bensalem because
Mm.
I live in that area, and Philly wasn't opened up. And it was funny because I was like, I only want day shifts. That's how I knew I was getting older. That's how I knew I was getting older.
Well, we all are getting
You know,
older
I'm like,
every
"No,
day.
Don't want the 2 a.m. And I was
No.
like, oh, I'm officially the lunch girl.
You know, I think that as far as your question about bartending, people come to the bar, at least here, I think they come to grab a drink of, you know, hyper local beverages, sit by the river, relax, listen to music. So it's part of like this whole package, this whole experience,
Yeah.
not just to get drunk,
Right.
you know? So,
Yeah, because I know
I
even
like
like when I
that.
travel, like I always want to get a local beer. and it's the experience, and it's like, yeah, there's just something like special and fun.
It's
about
special
that.
and
I don't
fun.
know why.
Right.
I don't know what programmed us that way, but
Right.
for some
And
reason we want to get local beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is an experience.
And
This
chat.
isn't like going to a Chili's and
you know what? You can come here if you're by yourself too, and it's not weird because you sit here in the table and there's Wi-Fi and you can do whatever you want, read a book,
Yeah.
sit by the river, or meet with some friends. I think
that's
that's
super cute.
yeah.
I should just real quick. Coming back. All right, so we're gonna dive into these.
All right.
We're gonna learn some stuff here about when
Yeah.
you go to a bar. Do I need to tip the bartender? That's a big question in life.
Yes, always.
Okay,
Always
yes.
tip the bartender.
Easy answer. Easy.
Always.
Always.
Now, what should you tip them? I'd say at least $1 to $2 per drink.
Right.
At least.
At least. Minimum one.
Yes, at the minimum
Because
one.
you can't, some people, but minimum one. Don't get a drink if you don't have $1 in your pocket.
Exactly. Don't get a drink if you don't have $1 in your pocket. Sometimes you get swept along with friends, like going to the bar and you don't have any money, but there's always ways to find money to tip the bartender. Ask your friends.
just don't
"Can
get a
I
drink."
borrow a couple drinks. Yes. Or don't get a drink.
And guess what else? If all you're going to get is water, you're going to have to buy a water or pay 50 cents because some places don't sell food or anything. They just sell beverages.
Mm-hmm.
So if everybody just came in and got a water, that place has to shut down because they don't make any money. So
Exactly.
you got to support. It's all about, in this indie community, it's all about supporting each other at the end of the day. So
Right.
just-
And you know about the $1 versus $2? I think it used to be just one flat, but I'd say $2 now because of the cost of living and the
I do
rise
say,
in
oh, $2. I usually will
expenses.
tip like an idiot.
We,
I'll break.
You have
I'll be
to.
like 5. Here's a 20. Here's an 80. But
It's
because I'm so
not-
rich.
Right. But I want to get this across. It's not a luxury to tip.
Right.
It's not a luxury. It's how we make our money.
2 is a definite. I think should be the standard at this point.
I do too.
One though, I
agree.
just said 1 just in case, like especially if you're dealing with artists and
Right.
I mean, imagine being 22 and having to have this thousands of dollars of rent and all the things,
student
all these
loans,
things that
yeah.
these freaking kids are trying to do. So if you get, it's fine if you're 22. But if you had a little more than
You're
a dollar,
23.
if you're
and
23,
start
you
paying
better
$2 per drink.
you better graduate. Actually, forget college. No, okay, we're not gonna go into that. Okay, we're gonna move forward. So how about this? So I got a drink already.
Mm-hmm.
I tipped you, right?
Yes, you did. You tipped
So I'm
me
gonna get another
well.
one, and I'm not gonna tip you.
No.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
wrong?
no.
Oh, okay, so
It is so wrong. Every time you get a drink, you tip the bartender. Now, if you only have a certain amount, say you only have $10 bucks allocated for tipping, then split it in half or in threes. But always tip the bartender with
Yeah.
every drink.
yeah,
This
every
is
drink.
our work.
yes.
We're not
Every-
doing it for fun.
I-
I have to pay rent
Can you
too.
imagine going to work at wherever? Let's say you work at I'm
At a
gonna
hospital?
I'm gonna do a bad example. McDonald's, and they're like, "Oh, we're not paying you today."
Right?
You'd be mad.
Right?
So
Right.
always tip your bartender. And if
Always.
you can't tip your bartender, don't get a drink. I don't know what
Simple
to
as
tell you.
that.
Go buy some from the local store. That's a lot cheaper
Yeah.
if you have. Anyways,
Another
Um,
one. Another
so let's
question,
see.
Drea.
let's see. I'm in the band, so I'm a DJ,
Mm.
and I'm always getting comp drinks. And guess what I do? Every time I get a comp drink, I tip $5. And the
Yes.
last place I was at, the bartender refused. And guess what? If the bartender refuses, it's very rare. Every now and then they do. He said, "No, we're in this." I said, "Okay." I left it there, and he ended up giving it back to me. So, but
Well,
you're-
that's cool.
if you're so if you're in the band or if you're the DJ or the entertainment and you got comp drinks, you don't have to drink.
You don't have to drink, but you do.
But
have
if you
to
don't
tip the
have,
bartender.
so if you don't have any money to tip, something nice. I mean, if you're getting free drinks, like this cider's $9, right?
Right.
So she gave it to me, so I gave her a $5. I would have spent 9 plus 5 is 14.
Mm-hmm.
Or 12. I would have tipped maybe 3 instead. It would have been 12. So $5. Great deal.
It is a good deal. And what you're doing is you're showing me, the bartender, or whoever you tip, that you respect and appreciate our work and all of the work that went on before I met up with you.
Yeah.
Everything. It's not just pouring the cider. It's like tapping the kegs and doing the side work and
there's all this
cleaning
stuff.
up,
That's what I was
cutting the
mentioning
fruit.
earlier, like going into what the job actually entails. It's not like fun and games.
And it's also being pleasant
I mean,
and
it's
talking
being
to
pleasant.
people.
You have to, 80-90% of the job, they say, is personality,
Yeah.
which that's why we're great at it. That's why I think we're great at it. We're good. All right. Yeah. So always
Always bands out there,
from
musicians.
a venue. If
You're getting free beer when you play, tip the bartender.
Yes, and if you're not, then you got to buy it, which I have to do sometimes. And guess what? You still tip the bartender. That's your problem. You're
Yes.
drinking, not theirs. They're just supplying it. All right, so now let's see. I got a drink, whatever, and I don't have any cash. What do I do?
Find some.
Go beat somebody up in the parking lot?
Surreptitiously
Is
put
Venmo,
your
like,
hand
do
in
you
there.
are people ever like, hey, I'll Venmo you?
Yeah, people do that, but I don't.
You don't wanna do that.
No,
That's
I don't want to
annoying.
do that. It's annoying.
So
I think my idea is prepare before you go out. Unless you get whisked away, you're like kidnapped, and they force you to go to the bar and drink.
right.
You know where you're going. Like,
Right.
have a couple bucks in your pocket,
Yeah, we love cash.
and cash is always best. But if it comes to it, you can always put your tip on your charge bill.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you how often people are charging their drinks here, and it asks, "Do you want to tip?" And it even gives different amounts, and people say no.
No way.
Yes way. I don't get it.
It's horrible.
I don't get it.
I hate that so much.
I do. I sometimes I do complain about that. I don't like to complain, but sometimes I'm back here like, "Argh!"
Well, I mean, come on. Tip Michelle if you come to Cosmic Cafe, please. Or I will have the police come get you. That's annoying.
It is annoying.
All right. Tip. This whole podcast is about tipping.
Tip the artist.
Now, wait. I already know this answer.
All right. You want me to ask you?
No. But I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
Is there any time when I should not tip the bartender?
No. Always tip
If
the
we haven't made
bartender.
it clear. We haven't made it clear, Philadelphia.
Always tip the bartender. Unless they like outright insult you, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess things can go south, you know. But
But
I
no,
don't
you
know.
always tip the bartender.
yeah, bartender. If you have a server, you're at a table. Here in Pennsylvania, I heard that in. I know that all other countries is different, and I know that we're going to talk about that. But I heard like over some places they're paying 15 something.
Oh, that's
Something's
right.
going on with Pennsylvania.
Oregon, yeah.
Pennsylvania is so far behind. I don't understand.
So far behind is like the minimum wage is $7
We're the roots.
something.
We're the first.
How can we?
We're the first capital. We're everything, and then
Right.
we're
the seed
we're
of
just slow.
democracy.
we're just so slow. No, they're paying people. I think in whatever. We don't even gotta get into minimum wage. That's a whole nother thing. It makes me crazy in Pennsylvania. But yeah, I think in like Oregon and some places in the West, I don't know where else they're paying.
Yeah.
I don't know what
A living wage.
I don't know what their rules are. But guess what? If I go there, I'm tipping. And they're getting 15 something an hour. But and that should be a thing because everybody needs to make at least 50 an hour in 2025. This world's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
All right. How much should I? We kind of covered some
Yeah,
of
we
these,
did
but it's
kinda
okay.
cover that.
One more, just to put it out there one more time.
I'd
How
say-
much?
At least $1 or $2. I mean, just because the cost of living has been rising so much.
Ridiculous.
I mean, I went to get coffee at the grocery store, and it was like the thing that I used to get was $6, and now it's double that. And because of whatever
they said that would
reasons,
happen with
yeah.
the tariffs. Man,
But
we're not gonna
my
get that.
income doesn't go up. I mean,
That's what I'm saying as a DJ too. I'm like,
Right?
I'm gonna start charging more. I mean, what am I supposed? What we just don't. Bartender still just gets $1, and
Right.
DJ still
That's why
gets whatever.
2 at least
I know.
per drink.
At least.
per drink. Now, say you're buying drinks for your whole group, 5 drinks. At
Probably
least
why
$5.
drinking has gone down in America.
5, 7, 8,
Because no one can afford it.
$10.
Our jobs are about to be obsolete.
Oh God.
Only the
You
rich
get
can drink.
vodka in the bathtub.
All right. How about so someone from out of the country, an international visitor, and they don't tip in their countries, or I don't know, maybe some of them don't, some of them do. So what?
So here's the reason that's in there. We get a lot of international folks
we're in the
here
city, yeah.
passing through, and I'd say 50% of those people don't leave a tip. Now they're very kind, they're very considerate and friendly, and they don't leave a tip. And I don't understand why, when people are traveling outside of their country, isn't it important to study the cultural
That's how I
mores and
feel.
norms of the place that you're going?
That's how I feel. Like
We tip here.
I just got a passport, but so I've never been out of the United States. But I say to myself, like, if I'm going to go to another country, I'm going to figure out what that language is. I'm going to figure out what goes on
Yes.
all around. Like, how do I just kind of blend in?
Yes, and be considerate and be cool and
But we
say,
have people
wow.
in America not tipping. So what do we do?
Oh, we do.
What do we expect?
Well, when I went to Mexico, I went to Oaxaca about 3 years ago, and I found out, and I asked around, what is the tipping norm here? And they told me how I should tip, and that's what you
was
need to
their
do. Don't tip at the bar, but you do tip a little bit at the restaurant, like 10 to 15% if the service is really good. Hi, would you like a drink? Ale and cider is here. We have beer and cider. Cider? The Krabby Granny is strong. Very strong. You want that one? You want strong? Strong cider. Okay, then that's the one for you.
Strong cider for a strong man. We're getting funny.
Here you go.
Is this an example?
No tip.
Oh God, he's gonna get blasted on this podcast.
Get it. I just don't
This is
get
gonna
it.
go in. He's gonna. I was gonna say you better. You're being.
You're allowed to do that.
It's-
I can't.
It's literally. It literally just happened.
It literally happened.
What a scum. Well, I'm not gonna go too far with it, but
No, but so when musicians
I don't
play and they
understand
say,
that.
"Please
I
tip
can't
your
believe that just
bartender."
happened.
I know.
all right, let's. It's not even funny, but we have to laugh because this is ridiculous.
It
literally happened. We got an example right here,
I know.
and it's gonna go out in the webs.
It is.
So wait, maybe this is how he felt. You didn't do much.
Mm.
You only tapped a cider. Did you get a cider?
Yeah,
Or
I got a
beer?
cider.
He could do that. I think he could have done that. Why would he give you
could
any
be
money?
saying right now,
Why would
I
he?
could do that.
He was like, I could do that. Tip?
Because this
No.
is my job. Are you in here? Did you go through the interview process and go and learn about the fear method of carding and take all the online testing that you
And
have
ramp-
to do
and
to
ramp
the ramp,
certifications and all the
ramp,
nonsense, that
right?
You have to pay for?
And you want to talk to people of all different
I
varieties.
thought he was a strong man, but I changed my opinions
Your
about him.
opinion, me too. That's why. Even if it's just one little thing,
He
there's
doesn't
so
even know
many
what
things
we're doing.
beyond. He doesn't. But someday he will. Because he is going to watch this podcast. I know it. He's going to see it.
I
He'll
can't
feel
wait.
so embarrassed.
We couldn't see his head though, I don't think, but I'll find out when I watch.
heard his voice.
So yeah, so wrong.
Wrong.
The bartender does way more than just pour a beer. The bartender has to open the bar. The bartender has to cut fruit, clean things, deal with nonsense, not make money because people aren't tipping.
Card people,
always-
right?
Yeah, and and if someone's not 21 and
Right.
you served them, thousands of dollars of fines.
Exactly. Cut people
This
off.
is
if they
trash.
drink
Let's
too
quit.
much. I know. It's,
No, this is cute though where you're at.
yes.
So we're not quitting.
No, we're not quitting. Not yet. We're not quitting. It fits
Oh,
my
wait,
lifestyle.
So hold on a second. So I'm on a date and my date paid for the drinks. So how do you feel about this? Does a date normally tip then?
If the date the date sometimes
I will always say,
tips.
"Did you tip?" And they'll say, and then
Right.
I'd be like, "All right,
What's
well, I'm
the-
putting another 10 on or
What's
20 on."
right? What's the problem with asking your date? Oh, did you tip? In a very, innocent way. Did you tip? Or I'll leave the tip.
Right,
If
right,
they're-
right.
if
That's what.
they don't know any better. Or sometimes
people
my
really
mom
are.
wouldn't tip either, and I'd say, "Mom, did you
And
tip?"
sometimes when you see what people tip, you're like,
So
I'll throw more
somebody's
in.
got to tip. And like, even if you're on a date and you are somebody who considers themselves less outward, going, and your date is more outward going, but they don't tip, you can still tip. You don't have to be afraid if they didn't tip.
Yeah.
You can
And if you
tip.
don't have cash on you, another solution can be ask the bartender to ring something up for 1 cent.
Yes.
And then you can tip on that to make sure at least something happens.
Here's a couple things that people have done when they forgot to tip me or didn't bring cash. They say, "Oh, but can you ring me up another drink? And I'll tip on that."
Yeah.
And then they come and get it, or they give it to somebody, or, they even just never get it.
How about Wednesday night? I was hosting karaoke and I woke up. I had a few drinks and I woke up the next morning. I was like, oh my God, I didn't pay my tab. That really happened. It was like $38, but then I gave her 55. Like, come on.
All right.
Who cares?
We're all human.
Because I have so much money.
Yeah, but what goes around comes around.
Exactly.
And we take care of other people, then we get taken care of. And I totally believe in that. I
it's
totally
crazy
believe
that
in the
people
balance.
just aren't educated because they're not in the business.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm asking people to do by talking about is think about other people and how they make their money and how they make their living, and let's support each other.
Yeah. That's all we got is each other. And that's what I'm doing with this whole podcast is trying to build that community so we can teach each other things that we do not know.
Yeah.
So I got another one for you. I'm dating the bartender.
Should I tip? Yes, you should tip.
So you're dating. So if the bartender is actually your date, the person you're dating.
Well,
No.
here's this is what I'm saying.
But if you're working with another bartender and there's one that you're dating and there's another bartender, I mean, you got to
Right.
tip. Your date might take
Talk to them first beforehand, like when they're not working, and say, "Okay, I'm going to come to the bar and I'm going to leave you a tip." Okay, let them make the decision. They could say, "Okay," or they could say, "Oh no, don't tip me." But at
Right.
least you put the ball. You gave them some agency.
Yeah.
So you're not deciding their fate for them.
Yeah.
You're talking it over and getting consent. So come on.
Yeah, you should. That is definitely a good answer for that, is because a lot of times I would think if you're dating someone, they're gonna end up being like, even if it's happened to me, they put the money down and I'm like, get out of here. You
Right,
serious?
get
Like,
outta here,
I'm
right.
I'm literally gonna pay for your drinks.
Right.
Too. So get out of here.
Right.
But
exactly.
it's having respect and being courteous.
Yes.
And then also if there's other bartenders on with your date, then or whoever you're dating, then you know what I'm
As
saying.
long as they're not dating your date.
As long as they're
Without
not
you knowing
dating
it.
the other bartenders not having an affair with your date, then you're gonna be okay. If that is happening, you might want to just leave. We'll go back to the beginning. Just don't get a drink.
Maybe break up with that person.
Yeah. Break up with them and let the tip go. If you know what I'm saying. It depends on who you are. If you're a straight woman, bisexual, or a gay man, let the tip go. Oh Lord, well this has been fun.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Yeah. So I know this will come out after the fact, but
Oh, for
tomorrow
I know, and I wish I could make it, but yeah, go ahead.
we're doing. I had this urge to. I wanted to bring some arts to. I don't know, the
Cosmic
world in a
Cafe?
protest way.
Right.
So I wanted to do scenes from a well-regarded protest play, and I picked Waiting for Lefty by Clifford Odets. It's a play about workers' rights written in the 1930s, and people are still doing it. So I picked 2 scenes from that I directed with some actors that I know, and like at least one non-actor who's a customer here. And I asked musicians to play their protest songs, original and well regarded, well known. And we're going to have interactive arts, all about protest ideas, and big puppets from the Cooper River Indivisible
I'm gonna be
creative
right down the
team.
street. But
And so I love organizing arts for people. I love bringing the arts to people. That's what I used to do at my theater in Fishtown. It was all about how can I make the arts accessible to community people, community members who probably never experienced arts or theater.
yeah.
So that's part of my mission in life, is bringing the arts to people and having them experience them and make art. And because we're all artists, we can all be artists.
Right.
And I like to follow this credo of be an artist or die,
Yeah.
because there's art helps us make sense of things that make no sense at all in our world. And if we can look at it through that lens and share our expression of it, we end up, our hearts start beating together and together as an ensemble in tandem, and we start breathing together, and we know that we're not alone.
Yeah. We were given
doing
that
this-
gift for a reason, to
yes.
escape the nonsense that we were also given.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird, whoever programmed us.
Yeah, well put.
And so I usually end, but you already just answered it. So I usually end with something like, how is music your hero? But I feel like that whole thing, or the arts, I feel like you kind of just explained that, and you did talk about it earlier.
Well, yeah, I did. And if I could add one more thing.
Go ahead.
So besides being a theater artist and a musician and an educator and a writer, I'm a playwright and a writer. I'm also a grief activist. And through my learning about grief and expressing it somatically, I mean, it's so important for me anyway to use music and sometimes movement in theater as a way to offer to myself and others who are experiencing grief, which we all do throughout our lives, to move through us using music as a way of expression, so it can metabolize and not like stay stuck in my body, which is nothing I want, because when that happens, it can become toxic and come out in other ways. And there's so much grief, I feel like we're all feeling collectively as well. And I think that's another reason for this art and protest event, that we can kind of metabolize. I might not say this out loud to anybody, but so that we can metabolize some of this grief through the arts.
Yeah.
And, clear the air so we can find new ways of looking. A release.
I remember when I was going through some things when I was like in my 20s, and it was like a breakup of some sort, and I was being all crazy. And instead of reaching out to the person, I just wrote the text messages out, or I would type them out, but would never send them. And that was like a release. And it's like kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
But a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is kind of the same idea.
Because it's a mess.
Things can be a mess, but they're always going to be a mess. Well, they don't have to be.
And the good thing is, I'm always like super thankful that so you have like business people, you have artists, there's like different brains. People use different parts of their brain.
Yes.
And I just don't understand, because I don't have that brain, how people cope that don't have art. Like I couldn't imagine music is every day of my life. That's what I make a living from. Like I couldn't imagine, even when I go DJ, I might not be playing my own music or whatever, but if I'm having a bad day and everything sucks, when I get to my gig, I shut that off and I'm just jamming out. And so I couldn't imagine not having that part of my brain work.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, I'm sure they could tell me if I was talking to one, but.
Right, but also offering it to people who don't maybe feel like they can create on their
that's
own.
Why they buy art and they like
buy it and
go to
theaters, go to shows.
They gotta support and they support.
Right.
But
and have a sing along.
Maybe there's too many artists in Philly.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
I think there's just the right amount.
Yeah, no.
I think what you're doing is really stupendous.
Awesome.
It's really great.
Cool.
And we need more of this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm pretty sure you're going to be podcast number 2.
Okay.
That'll be October 13th.
Ooh, that's a good day.
You like that day?
Yes, I do.
It's a Monday. Why do you like that day?
I don't know. It's the fall. It's 13. It's,
It
spooky.
feels like Halloween. It feels like Friday the 13th, but it's Monday the
feels-
13th.
No, yeah, it does. And it feels like, anything can happen.
Anything, yes. Well, one thing we're definitely doing that day is educating on tipping.
Yes.
So thank you so much
You're welcome.
for doing this. This was a lot of fun. I don't even want to end the conversation, but I'm kind of
You have to go.
worried
You
my
have a
phone. I
job.
do have a job.
Here.
I have
Cheers.
a cheers. Oh, the granny, old granny. Oh, look at who's pulling up. Trip Boyd. Or no, or what was it? Morning granny? Morning men. Dry men.
Early man.
Early man.
Early man
Is dry. It's
very
the dry side.
because he can't be funny in the morning.
Oh.
Now this is Krabby Granny.
Krabby Granny. Oh. Okay. So, anyways, Cosmic Cafe.
Get under her bloomers.
Come, stop by, support. I wish this was out sooner so you could support tomorrow.
But there'll
this
be
is-
other. You can come by on the weekends here and see music.
You guys have a website?
Yeah,
Or Instagram to plug?
Yes, it's right on that flyer.
It's on the flyer.
CosmicFoods.com.
CosmicFoods.com.
And then Instagram.
They got a
is
delicious menu.
Cosmic Catering, I believe. It's
And Cosmic
Cosmic Catering.
This has been a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
All
for
right.
stopping
Well,
by.
until next time, we are out.
Yay.
Until next time, keep creating, keep connecting, and keep building together. Remember, we're in this together, so let's keep each other's shine alive.